So I was checking my email and I noticed that I got the invitation to the Luna service by Amazon, which is something that they advertised earlier in the year, which you had to sign up for the invitation, where you get cloud-based games where you can play on any device anywhere. So now that I've got my invitation and I've signed up for the service, I'm in that 7-day trial right now. I'm going to give you an overview of what it looks like and what is required for you to sign up for the service and play the games. Okay, so it tells me I can accept my invitation. I have 7 days to accept it, or else they're just going to kick me out and then I have to probably reapply. So since I made that 7-day window, I accepted, click on the link, which took me to the website to actually finish the process. Signing up will give me 7-day free trial. After that, I have to pay $5.99 a month, or I can cancel at any time. So if you're on the list of invitations waiting to get into the Luna service by Amazon, I'm going to give you an overview of what it looks like after you receive that link and then you sign up for the service. Then you're going to come up to the welcome page. So this is what you're looking at right now. Now the Luna service is a cloud-based gaming service. So therefore you can play games on any device and anywhere. You can play it on the Windows, you can play it on the Mac, you can play it on the PC and Mac through the browser. You can play your games through the Fire TV, and you can also play your games through the iPhone on the iPad. The only thing I don't see on there is Android. I don't see any Android tablets or Android phone listed on this list. Now, depending on how you choose to play those online games, there's a certain set of requirements on each device or the browser that you choose. So if you choose to play those games through Windows, for instance, you have to meet certain requirements. So the requirements are you have to have an operating system that's running Windows 10 and support DirectX 11. And that DirectX 11 is something that's usually included, so you don't have to do any extra work there. Basically, only thing you need is Windows 10. The graphics card requirements in that system must be the Intel HD 4000 or better, which is probably already something inside the laptop or system that you own. Now on a Windows-based system, you have a wide variety of choices of controllers that you can choose from. So you can use the PlayStation 4 controller, you can use the Xbox One controller, or you can use the keyboard and the mouse. And of course, because you're using a cloud-based gaming system here, you have to have a certain amount of internet speed for it to work properly. And you have a choice of using Wi-Fi or an Ethernet connection. If you're using Wi-Fi, the Luna service supports both the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz signal. But they do recommend that you use at least the 5 gigahertz or an Ethernet connection. If you have a Mac computer, well, here are the requirements for that system. So as long as you have a hardware system that's 2014 or higher, and it supports an operating system that's 10.13 or higher, then you should be fine with using the Luna service on your Mac. The controllers of choice mimic the Windows. So you can use a PlayStation 4 controller, you can use an Xbox One controller, or you can use the keyboard and the mouse. And just like the Windows system, the same network connection applies here. Now, if you decide to play through the browser on your PC or your Mac, you're going to need the Chrome browser. And the operating system must be Windows 10 or Mac OS 10.13 or higher. The controllers stay the same, so you're using the PS4, the Xbox One, or the keyboard and mouse. And the network requirements stay the same, 2.4, 5 gigahertz. The Ethernet or the 5 gigahertz is the recommended connection. Now, of course, because this is the Amazon service, you can also play through the Fire TV. Here are the supported devices. Now the Fire TV is not going to work with the keyboard and mouse, so you're just limited to the PlayStation 4 controller and the Xbox One controller. And of course, the network requirement is the same with the Fire TV, just like it is with the other devices. Okay, so now let's talk about the requirements for the iPhone and the iPad. So the operating system of choice that you need to be running on your devices is the iOS 14. And the iPad OS 14. The service is going to use the Safari browser on those devices. The controllers that's required are the PlayStation 4 controller and the Xbox One controller. And the network requirements is the same, just like everybody else, the 2.4 or the 5 gigahertz. The 5 gigahertz is always the recommended choice. Now there's one controller that I didn't mention that was listed on the Windows, the Mac, the browser, the Fire TV, and the iPad and the iPhone. and that's the Luna controller. And I purposely did that because I want to do a section on the Luna controller by itself. So that will be coming up later on in this video. Plus, I ordered that controller. So that controller should be in the mail tomorrow. Once I receive it, then I'll do an overview and show you all the features of that controller. But in the meantime, once you receive your invitation and you start using the service, if you have the regular Xbox controller or the PlayStation 4 controller, keyboard or mouse, you can start using the service while your controller is coming in the mail. Now, there's going to be a difference between the Luna controller and your Xbox and PlayStation controller, and I will go over those once I receive that controller. And as far as the keyboard and mouse, you can either use USB or Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. Okay, so let's talk about the controller that's built for this service. So this controller is designed especially for the Luna service, and it's made especially for Amazon Cloud Gaming Service. It's powered by Cloud Direct technology, meaning that it connects directly to Amazon custom gaming servers when playing the Luna service. This helps reduce the latency, which is the time it takes for the controller to respond to the game, by 17 to 30 milliseconds, which means that when you press the button for a character to jump, for instance, it should jump pretty much at that time without very little delay. And that's what Amazon is promising with this controller, which they claim is better than any local Bluetooth connection. So this controller is built for gaming. It features low friction thumbsticks, a comfortable texture grip, and wireless gameplay. And of course, it cannot be an Amazon device if it doesn't have the voice assistant built in. So all you have to do is press the button and ask the voice assistant to get to your games faster. So all you have to do is ask her to play that certain game. For instance, it says play grid, and she's just going to start up the game automatically. You don't have to search for it or anything like that. Now, the cool thing about this service is it runs on pretty much any devices, except Android. I haven't seen it listed for any Android devices. But everything runs in the cloud. The controller connects directly to the cloud, so you can pretty much game anywhere. And with the service being cross-platform, that means you can pick it up from where you left off on another device. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, after I get the controller, I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it up on the Mac, the Windows, the browser, the Fire TV, and my Apple iPad. So you can see how it runs on each one of those different platforms. So make sure you stay tuned to that future video coming up on this topic about the Luna service. Plus, I'm going to show you what's behind the curtain of the Luna service. The library, the playlist, the home screen, you name it. Alright, so until I get the Luna controller to show you all the goodness that this service has to offer. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.